Hello YouTube, this is Falcon's Crest and I'm here to show you my top 15 favorite comedies. I'm going to also have 6 honorable mentions in this video. This is probably going to be part 1 of, it was so hard to narrow it down to what comedies that I've always enjoyed. These are the movies that I grew up watching or loved, and I'm gonna have probably a lot of John Hughes movies in this era because I grew up in Illinois, and John loved filming a lot of his movies in Illinois. And if you love this segment, please give me a like, thumbs up, and if you please leave a comment below on any of these movies that I got most of these probably off of Amazon and everything. I'm also going to have 6 honorable mentions. So let's get started. So the first one is directed by it's produced and directed by Mel Brooks, and it is Spaceballs. This is the 25th anniversary edition on Blu-ray of Spaceballs, starring John Candy, Rick Moranis, Bill Pullman, Daphne Zuniga. Dick Van Patten is in this and everything, but just a great spoof, fun space comedy about taking off from Star Wars and everything. But one of Mel Brooks' greatest comedies is Spaceballs, and I believe Mel is going to be doing a sequel. I think, as old as Mel is, he's going to be doing a sequel on Spaceballs. Now, and yeah, he's wrote and directed a part 2. So yeah, but what else can I say about Spaceballs? It is just so much fun, good comedy. So Spaceballs. So that was number 1. Next up, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have a lot of John Landis movies in my collection. So next up is Animal House. One of the greatest college movies of all time, in my opinion. It's either between this and Revenge of the Nerds was another great comedy. That is not in my list here. That I might save that for part 2. But yeah, John Belushi, Tim Matheson, John Vernon, such a great cast. A very early Kevin Bacon is in this movie just as well. But Animal House, the music, the antics, everything, um, just great fun comedy. That's number 2. Number 3, it's a movie directed by Carl Reiner, from Rags to Riches. This is one of those movies, also kind of like another movie I'll be talking about later, The Jerk, starring Steve Martin. I did enjoy this movie quite a bit. The storyline and plots and situations that's in this movie probably would not uphold well today. But the great Steve Martin, I did enjoy this movie. So The Jerk definitely is with number 3. And next up, I have a movie starring Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis, and I'm talking about the first one, not the second one, but Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters, yeah, just a great sci-fi fun comedy. Bill Murray delivers really well. Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis. I like the second one, but I'm here to talk about just the first one. But this is a nice digibook edition of Ghostbusters. There's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Just a lot of fun, and then the sequels were quite enjoyable, just as well. But I don't know what else to say about Ghostbusters. And directed by Ivan Reitman, written by Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd. So Ghostbusters. The next movie I have, you can see the poster right there in my background. Leisure Rules, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, starring Matthew Broderick. This is I believe this is written and directed by John Hughes, of course. This is the Bueller edition. It's just another great movie. Of course, being in Chicago, loving the city, from Illinois, just love this movie about Matthew Broderick's character, about a guy who pretends to be sick, does not want to go to school, and then he goes to the city and he goes to museums, he goes to a ball game, and just decides to take the day off away from school. Save Ferris, but Ferris Bueller's Day Off, great fun comedy. The next one up that I have is another one of my all-time favorite comedies. A lot of great antics in this one. The music is really good. I'm talking about the Blues Brothers. John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, the dancing, the performance at the end, just the movie. A lot of people would say there's a lot of fluff in it, but I really enjoyed the Blues Brothers. I can show you a little bit. There's not much to show on the inside, but we're on a mission from God. 106 miles to Chicago. We got a half pack of cigarettes. It's dark. We're wearing sunglasses. Hit it. So the Blues Brothers, one of my all-time favorite comedies. I have a poster. I have statues. I just adore this movie. So that is number 6. And this movie, directed by Mel Brooks. This was a long shot, but when they did this movie, the humor and the comedy they did in this movie, surprising enough, they got away to doing it with if you've seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. They got away with doing it, but this movie would definitely not uphold today. And I'm talking about Blazing Saddles. The cowboy western, funny antic movie it was just a hoot. It's one of another great Mel Brooks film, Blazing Saddles. The end scene is very interesting with the dance number. It just throwing in a gay duet dance number at the very end of the scene was kind of strange, but it held up. But Blazing Saddles, I don't know what else more to say about Blazing Saddles, but definitely check out Blazing Saddles. If you have not seen this, give this a watch. I did enjoy that one just as well. So we're doing good so far. We're up, getting through a bunch here. This movie is directed by Jonathan Lynn. This is starring Ralph Macchio, Marissa Tomei, and Joe Pesci. The fast and funny movie, My Cousin Vinny. My Cousin Vinny is just definitely just a great watch over and over again. Trial and error, fun antics. About the two boys who they assume they shot the clerk in the grocery store, but how Joe Pesci's character, who's never stepped foot in the court, and how he has to defend the two boys. But My Cousin Vinny, so much fun. Great stuff. Check that one out. This movie, as old as it is, I never get tired of it. Starring Michael Keaton, Tia Guerrero, and Martin Mull is in this movie just as well. It's PG, and pre Batman. I am talking about Mr. Mom. I still love Mr. Mom, still to this day. This movie came out in 1988, I think. '83. So geez, I was off quite a bit, but Mr. Mom, just a great, fun, enjoyable comedy. Michael Keaton, playing the dad role, but having to do the reverse. The, the scene in the grocery store, the scene of him at work, just is so much fun. It's so much lot to relate to because I work in a grocery store, so of him ordering at the deli counter and everything else, just lot of great stuff. Mr. Mom, definitely give that look at. So I'm gonna move these out of the way for now. Get this over. Get ready for my next stack here. Alright, so we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we are on number 10. Number 10. This is a movie that's is it written and directed by John Hughes. This is starring the great John Candy. Who cannot adore this movie? It has I'm talking about Uncle Buck, where family members father dies, and then they have to turn to their uncle to watch the kids and everything. So, but just the fun, great John Candy humor that's in this and everything, and it's another great John Hughes movie. I mean, all of John Hughes movies are just been so top notch. Growing up watching John Hughes, because I love where he filmed all of his movies in Illinois and where I grew up and everything. So it was just great. So definitely give Uncle Buck a watch. I definitely recommend that one too. Another one is another John Hughes movie starring Anthony Michael Hall, Eileen Mitchell Smith, and Kelly LeBrock. And I am talking about Weird Science. It's just a fun antic of two geeky guys who wanted to create the great looking woman, and then but the more of the story is that the woman helps them achieve becoming the better guys that they are and everything, and the two bullies that always been bullied them, but a lot of fun stuff in this movie. Also Bill Paxton is in this movie just as well, and it's produced by Joe Server, written directed by John Hughes. Weird Science, just a lot of great fun antics. It's just great fun comedy. If you haven't seen it, check that one out just as well. Moving along. Now, this guy, he's done so many movies, and so I just happened to pick this one in particular. I, there's so many great movies that he's done over the years, but I'm talking about Robin Williams. But the movie I picked out that I enjoyed is Good Morning Vietnam. Now, the behind-the-scenes story on this, when he's doing the radio spot on film, that was all Robin Williams. That was not scripted. You can see the guys in the background laughing and everything. It was just, this is all just pure Robin, and just a great fun movie. Good Morning Vietnam, of a disc jockey in Vietnam and everything. And I don't know how much of it was scripted or what was not, but I military comedy since MASH the best. But anybody who, I can't say who can't not like Robin Williams, but definitely give Good Morning Vietnam a look at. It's just good fun. After that is another movie starring Chevy Chase that I really did like a lot. This is directed. Let's see. No, I can't tell. But I love all his different characters that he played in this movie, and I'm talking about Fletch. Um, he's a newspaper reporter who's trying to find a scoop about the drugs on a beach, and then you just see him playing all these different characters, from a doctor to uh, a bum on the beach, also, and everything else. But Fletch is just pure fun, uh, great entertainment. Chevy Chase delivers like he always does. So Fletch is another great top movie in my book. Give Fletch a watch. Now I'm on the last two of my top 15. Like I said, this is probably going to be part one of my comedy, so I probably will be doing a part two. So with the last two, this is produced by Steven Spielberg. It's a Richard Donner film. Such a great cast of so many people. A screenplay is done by Chris Columbus. But I am talking about the Goonies. Just a bunch of kids who want to go find One-Eyed Billy's treasure and ship, and they just go on a great adventure and everything. But the Goonies is just a lot of great fun. There's that scene about where I'm putting on that booby traps. What did she say? Booby traps. You know, booby traps. So, but if you haven't seen Goonies, give Goonies a watch. I did had a lot of fun with Goonies. And the last one, this is directed by directed by the Zucker brothers, David Zucker, Jerry Zucker, Leslie Nielsen's in this. Do you like movies about gladiators? Well, and surely you don't adjust. I do, and don't call me Shirley. I'm talking about Airplane. Airplane. This is the Don't Call Me Shirley edition. Airplane is just where they actually take the certain dialogue and really just put it into that certain perspective. Like I said, surely you don't adjust. I do, and don't call me Shirley. Um, the autopilot auto is the blow up doll was just humorous, but Airplane just this might have you think twice about riding on an airplane, but great stuff. So that's Airplane. So then that is my top 15 favorite comedies, and these are going to be my 6 honorable mentions that I have. The first one is starring Tom Hanks. I'm going to kind of cheat here a little bit, so I guess I have 7 honorable mentions. I'm not talking about the last one here, but anyways, is the Burbs, and the Money Pit. To me, two of Tom Hanks's really fun comedy movies. The Money Pit, where a young couple, they buy a house, um, and you can't imagine that everything just goes wrong. Bathtub falling through the ceiling, the stairs collapsing. It's just so much fun. Great humor up from Tom Hanks like usual. And also the Burbs is just great stuff where they think their neighbors are killing people, and then they find out, the wife finds out that they're not, but later on they found out he actually was. So the Burbs and Money Pit, Tom Hanks, good stuff. So the next honorable mention is produced by Joe Silver, Lawrence Gordon. This is directed by directed by Walter Hill, John Candy, Richard Pryor, and Gosh, his name just escaped you right now. Rick Moranis makes a small appearance in this. About a guy who wants to fund. He inherits a whole bunch of money. He wants to fund a baseball team. I'm talking about Brewster's Millions. Um, this is yeah, very great fun early comedy with Richard Pryor and John Candy again. Rick Moranis' part I thought was just quite entertaining, but what to do if you won a bunch of money, and what he did, he had to spend it all in his grandfather's claws, and he wanted to get his baseball team going, but Bruce's Millions, definitely give that a check. Now the sequel's coming up in Netflix, I think in July, on his next movie. Um, it's one of his movies that I really enjoyed. It was hard to pick out of all of them. I understand if you're not a really big fan of him, but I am talking about Adam Sandler's movie Happy Gilmore. This is directed by where is it? Dennis Duggan. But yes, Happy Gilmore. I'm not a big golf fan myself, but between this, I know somebody says, how can you not have Caddyshack in your list? That probably will be in part two. Um, Spoiler alert, yes, I just mentioned what might be in my second part of my 15 favorite movies, but Happy Gilmore, very fun golf comedy starring Adam Sandler and Carl Weathers, the late Carl Weathers, in this movie. So, but good, sports movies have never been big on my list, but this one was really, really quite well, good and entertaining. So, Happy Gilmore. Last three honorable mentions. This is another National Lampoon's movie starring Chevy Chase again. About a geeky out of dad who wants to take his family to a theme park, and I am talking about Vacation. This is directed by Harold Ramis and starring Chevy Chase, Beverly D'Angelo, Randy Quaid, and makes a special appearance by John Candy in this movie, and Anthony Michael Hall, the son, is in this movie. So, Vacation. I do love the sequel just as well, but the first one is of course, is really good. Um, Heads up, yes, I'm spoiler alert. Christmas Vacation might be in my next video. I will be talking about that. Great holiday movie, another great one in the series, but he cannot beat the first Vacation. Love this one so much. And the blonde in the Corvette where they go skinny dipping, and yeah. And then when he jumps in the pool and says, it's cold, and he yells out loud, and wife comes out and wondering, Clark, what are you doing? And he says, hi, honey. It's a Vacation with Chevy Chase. Did enjoy that. And next honorable mention, of course, it's another movie with Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd. These guys, I just love these guys so much because Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, Steve Martin. I grew up with these guys if I'm watching them Saturday Night Live, so it just makes sense. I enjoy all these guys' movies. This is two bumbling guys who end up being spies. So I'm talking about Spies Like Us. I saw this in the movie theater with my friend Matt, and when I was younger, I think I saw this when I was 12 years old, something like that. Anyways, but Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd together have always been really, really good and everything. But two bumbling guys who spies and trying to figure things out about a mission and a rocket and everything. And this is again directed by John Landis. So what else can I say? But definitely give Spies Like Us a watch. You will laugh from beginning to end. If you like Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd, this is definitely a good watch. And the last honorable mention, I want to. This was written, directed, and produced by Billy Crystal, about the story of a guy who wanted to be a stand-up comedian. Him and his brother, and he moves forward. I am talking about Mr. Saturday Night. To me, this is one of Billy Crystal's funnier movies, in my opinion. Between this and City Slickers, I guess. I do love Billy Crystal just as much, and everything, but I laughed so much in this movie from start to finish. The jokes, the humor. Um, Billy Crystal's just on par, very, very good. Um, but this came out in 1992, so yeah, Mr. Saturday Night, and that is the last of my honorable mentions. So if you enjoyed this video, please definitely give me a thumbs up, a like, and a comment below. And you can get any of these movies on Amazon. Check them out, watch them, or you can probably find them on Netflix or Amazon Prime. You can just watch them. But all these movies I do recommend, enjoy. To me, they're just a lot of great entertainment and a lot of fun. This is Falcons Quest and saying have a great day, and